What up, guys? It's Lee here from Bleeped Up Productions, and today we have something very, very special. Today is a new beginning on this channel, and it is Faeria Fridays. This is a series where we are going to be building decks and playing the fantastic card/board game known as Faeria. If you don't know what Faeria is, there is a link in the description for you guys to go check out this incredible game. It's available on PC, it's available on the Switch. I don't know about Xbox, but I have it on my PlayStation 4, and I can tell you for a fact, it is a fantastic game. And today we have a very special episode indeed. This is episode 3, Kings and Queens. That's right, we're going to do a King and Queens build here for Faeria Fridays episode 3, and it's going to evolve around the lovely Magda and Magnus. That's right, these two legendary characters, or should we say cards, in Faeria. I want to build a deck around these lovely two. And so there was many different options I could go down building this deck with them. I could have gone a bit green route, I could have done a bit more aggressive yellow, but I decided to go with red and choose the keyword combat because I think that is a very awesome little gimmick, and also the cards in this deck benefit a lot from the combat mechanic. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into this deck profile. If you don't want to be here for the deck explanation, the time is on the screen now, so you can skip forward and go check out the games and all that jazz. Right, moving on. We're going to start with possibly an underutilized card I've seen online in Faeria, and that is Hold the Line. And it costs 1 Faeria, and what it does is it adds 3 Imperial Guards with Taunt to your hand. Now these guys are very, very useful because when they die, you gain life. So if you're running low, you can throw these out there, use them as taunt so the enemy has to hit them, and you gain life from them. It is a very, very good card to kick things off. And like I said, we're going to be running 2 of these in our build. So moving on, we're going to get to our first legendary card, which is Time of Legends. And as you can see, Magda is on the artwork already, so you know we're going to try and have some themed cards in this. And basically it says draw the top legend in your deck. If there are no legends to answer the call, choose a color, shuffle a random legend of that color into your deck. Now alongside Magda and Magnus, we are actually running another legend, which we'll get to shortly. So obviously Time of Legends is a 1 cost card, and it basically is a one-of in our deck because it is a legendary card. Moving on to our next lovely card, it is Imperial Outpost. It is 2 Faeria to play, it is 2 health, and it says all neutral creatures have +1 attack, +0 health. Now we're running a lot of neutral cards in this, guys, so running this is beneficial and it helps us out in the long term. We're going to be running 2 of these in our deck, so if we get both of them out at the same time, that is +2 to all our neutral characters, so it is worth it in the long run. Moving on to the next card, we're going to talk about the Court Jester. It is a 3-cost Faeria card. It has 0 attack, 2 health, and it is taunt, and it's got a gift, which is give a random creature in your hand +2/+2. We're going to be running 2 of these guys, and the idea is to get these guys out on the board when we've got some of our heavy hitters, or legends, so we say, in our hand to pump them up, because +2/+2 on some of the guys we've got is not too shabby. Absolutely love the Court Jester, and like I said, we're running 2 of them in this deck. And moving on, we're going to talk about Her Highness Magda, Queen of Mervol, or Mervol. I can't pronounce the name, I apologize. So we're running Magda. She is 4 Faeria and 4 land required of any color, and she has 0 attack, 3 additional health. And what she says is your legends cost 1 less period when she comes out onto the board all the time, but she has a production ability, guys, which is add a random legend to your hand. It becomes wild. Yes, so when it becomes wild, that means it could be anything, which is really, really awesome for us. And it could be anything. So we could have another Magda. We could even have other creatures that aren't in our decks that are legends come onto the battlefield, which will be super fun to do. So obviously we're only running one of her because, hey, there's only one Magda. Enough said. Moving on to the next card, we're talking about the King's Guard. It is a 6-cost Faeria card, guys. It is a neutral card. It has Taunt and it has Combat. So when it attacks or defends, guys, you get to draw a card, and he's got 3 attack, 6 health. We're running 3 of these in our deck, guys. This is one of our heavy hitters because we're running a king and a queen. I had to involve their guards. And this is all about, this is a mini draw engine in our deck, which is fantastic. And trust me, with some of the power-ups we've had in coming up in this deck, and also the ability of the Court Jester we talked about to bring out a 5/7, isn't too shabby with that awesome ability of drawing cards every time it attacks or defends. Moving on to the next card, we're going to talk about the Queen's Guard, because we can't have the King's Guard without the Queen's Guard, and that is also 6 health. It is also got Taunt. It also has 3 attack and 6 health, but the combat ability for this one is you gain 1 Faeria. So obviously with the King's Guard, you get to draw cards. With the Queen's Guard, you get to draw Faeria. These guys just go hand in hand, and it would be rude not to have run both of these together with this build. We're going to be running 3 of these in our deck. So, moving on to our next legend, we're talking about Shara the Dragon Slayer. That's right. Shara is 7 Faeria, guys. She's got 6 attack and 3 health, but Shara ignores all damage equal to 4 or more. So that means these pesky 1, 2, and 3 attack creatures can hurt her, but anything bigger, no, she doesn't take any damage. So you want this character to go in and just kill some of their big heavy hitters, or have her as a defensive piece. She is so useful and so versatile. I absolutely love Shara. She is amazing. Moving on to our final legend, we've talked about the Queen. It's time to move on to the King, which is Magnus, King of Meroval, if that's how you pronounce it. He is 10 cost for Faeria, for the Faeria cost. He is 4 attack, 8 health. He has charge 3, so that means he can go charge 3 forward and then smash. But then, guys, he has a combat ability, which is draw a card. It costs 0. So with some of these cards, they cost 0, which is really, really amazing. So there is some high-costy big boys, but like we're saying, we want to hit this card draw with this and the King's Guard, but mainly with Magnus, because we get value for free. So we can get some really heavy hitters or powerful upgrade cards on the board for free. It's worth it. Magnus is amazing, and that is one of him, because there can only be one king. Now, we're going to move into the red part of our build now, guys. And what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about Gift of Steel. That's right, Gift of Steel. It's 4 Faeria, 2 mountains to play. And it says give a creature +3 attack, +0 health. But if it is a combat creature, it gains +3/+3 instead. So, as you've already seen, most of our creatures here are combat orientated. So, giving a creature +3/+3 for 4 Faeria, I'm all about. And it's super themed because, kings, queens, steel, it just feels right to play it. And like I said, we're going to be running 3 of these in our deck. Moving on, we're going to talk about the Herald of War. That's right, this guy is also a key cog to our deck, guys. He is 4 Faeria, 2 mountain. He is a 4/4, but he also has a combat ability, guys. Give the next combat creature you summon +1/+1. So every time this guy attacks, the next combat creature you summon gets +1/+1. So on multiple turns, if someone decides to hit this guy multiple times and he's still living, your creatures you're summoning that have combat abilities are going to get +1/+1 for how many times that was triggered. Uncontrollable value. I absolutely love this guy, and we're running 2 of him like we said earlier. Moving on, we are running Ogre Dance, which is a 4 Faeria cost card. It costs 2 mountains to actually play it as well. And it says a random card in your hand costs 7 less. So as you've seen, we've got some really big, beefy legends and guards in this deck, to get them down by 7 is incredible. So that's why this card is in there. And also it's about the value of cards again, guys. We want to get these big costing cards out of our hands for hardly anything, which is a ton of fun. And we're going to be running 2 of these in our deck because it's just money and value. Moving on, we're going to talk about the underground boss. He is 5 Faeria, 2 mountains. He is a 3/5, guys, and he has a combat ability which is gain 2 Faeria. So every time he attacks or he is attacked, we will gain 2 Faeria. So another way of ramping up our Faeria to get our big boys out on the board. Absolutely love it. Can be a target for Gift of Steel and also loads of other fun stuff that we've got planned in this deck. Very, very awesome card. Now, moving on to our second to last card, we have Bursting Hippo, which is a beast. He is 6 Faeria to play, guys. He's 3 mountains, which is, you know, quite a bit of a beefy cost. But he is a 5/5, and he has a combat trigger ability, which is deal 2 damage to all adjacent enemies. Guys, if he hits something and that thing is surrounded by things, they're going to take 2 damage, which is incredibly amazing for polishing off some guys you don't want to die. It's so good. I absolutely love the Bursting Hippo. It is a really, really awesome card. And when I saw it, I knew I had to include it in this deck. So we're going to be running 2 of them in this build. Now, the final card of our game seems to be constantly in most of our decks. Well, one of our decks we've already done on this channel, and that is Hellfire. It is 7 Faeria, 2 mountains to play. Deal 9 damage, randomly split among enemies. Like I said, Hellfire is incredible because you can either just go 9 to the face if you get it right, or you split it across the board to get some board wipe potential. Absolutely versatile. Absolutely love this card. So, with that being said, guys, that is the deck. We are actually going to be doing 5 games this week, guys, because we actually have an unboxing of chests that we're doing at the end of this episode. Because we have a few amount of chests built up, I got some unbelievable chests, and I wanted to show some of the possible creatures that will be coming in, let's just say, a few episodes' time. So you can look forward to that. So without further ado, let's get straight into game number 1. Game 1 is here, and unfortunately the audio got corrupted. I know. So you've got this lovely voiceover of myself talking over our first game here in episode 3. So to begin with, we have a Queen's Guard and we have 2 Herald of the Wars, and I decided to keep the entire hand because that is a very, very strong opening for us. And I greeted my opponent because I just recently found out you can do that on this game. But anyway, moving on, we are going to put a mount in for our first turn, and then we will end it right there. So the idea is we want to get those Herald of the War out first because most of our creatures in here have a combat trigger. So that will give them a +1/+1 when they come out, which is something we really want. Our opponent builds 2 normal prairies and an Explore, and then plays a Queen's Assassin, a very strong card. Was originally going to put that in this deck, and also a Steamforge. You've seen that card before in the first episode of my, well, should we say Faeria Fridays. So, first off, I decided to get a little bit aggressive here. And I'm going to just chill there because I don't think there is anything, you know, much to say about that other than we can keep some of the Faeria. And we've kept our options open to go either side at the moment. And we really want our Herald of the War to come out quite quick eventually, which might happen next turn. So our opponent, who is called Ice Truffle, is debating what to do. And he is going to follow suit and do 2 prairies to join our board together. And what is he going to play? He plays a Longhorned Yak in the middle of the board, and it has last words. The next creature you draw will have an attack bonus, which is pretty darn good. And he ends it there. So we draw for our turn, and we get Magnus, which is very, very good. So the first things first on the board, we are going to get a Herald of the War out. Now, the debate is if I put it closer to me or in the middle of the board, but we put it closer to me just because we need a bit of a blocker, and also it constantly gives us +1/+1 whenever we go into combat with someone with it. So when we basically give out any of our creatures at the moment that are in our hand a +1/+1 when they come out on the board. So there's a bit of synergy there, which is really, really cool. Our opponent plays a wood elemental, which is a very good card. So he seems to be playing quite a lot of green at the moment. So it's quite interesting because we seem to always go against a mixed bag of people, which is rather good. He moves the long-haired yak backwards, which I'm perfectly fine with. So obviously he's a bit intimidated by our herald, or it's a defensive move, I don't know. But we draw a hold of the lines on our first turn, and we're going to get a bit aggressive again, and we're going to put 2 normal prairies. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep it quite simple, because what the guards do basically give us different bonuses. So we're going to play a Queen's Guard, because every time we attack, we gain 1 Faeria. So we're going to put that right next to our opponent, and also we're going to play Hold the Line, which gives us 2 Imperial Guards with Taunt. So as you can see, that Steam Forge that he has is working wonders. It's already affected the yak, and it's already infected the elemental. But as you can tell, we are looking pretty darn good right now. He has 6 Faeria, so obviously he might have something in play. And he plays a Kiki Piper that gives this wood elemental +4 additional health, and he plays Safeguard on it. So I'm assuming, yeah, he comes and hits our Queen's Guard for 3, and he takes no damage because he had protection. So moving on, he then moves the yak into the middle of the board, which is kind of interesting because, you know, he was there last turn. Don't know why he decided to move it back. Still confused by it, but we still need to get to a well as well, guys. That was a bit of a tongue twister because we are quite low on Faeria. So we'll see what we will do on our turn because he's still taking his turn. There we go, and it's over. Right, so we've just got a great card called Gift of Steel. So Gift of Steel gives a creature +3 attack or +0 health, but if it's a combat creature, it gains 3/3. It's very, very good. So we're going to give that to our Queen's Guard, and our Queen's Guard is going to hit this wood elemental to take it down quite a bit, and also we're going to gain a Faeria from that. So the next thing we do is we gain 1 Faeria, and then we're going to move up, and we're going to kill this Tiki Piper so we can gain a +1/+1 for the next combat creature we attack. But what we do is we put the Imperial Guard next to our Herald to give it a little bit of life, because that long-haired yak needs to attack something with Taunt, which will be that Imperial Guard. So moving on to his turn, the Wood Elemental is probably going to trade. I would trade right there, but that's just me. Yeah, it trades. We gain a Faeria because of that, which isn't too bad. And obviously we've got that +1/+1 still from the Herald last turn, which is really, really good because whenever we summon, it gets +1/+1. So obviously they can stack, guys, and in some of the games I've had, it can be getting quite ridiculous, just saying is all. So moving on, we're still waiting to see what he does. We still need to get to a well as well. There we go. He trades with the Imperial Guard. We're all right with that. And he still has 4 Faeria. So we'll... is anything going to come from it? I can't remember exactly. This is kind of the joy when your audio gets corrupted and you don't remember the game because you've been playing a lot of Faeria recently. So we're going to put 2 prairies, should we say, on the ground so we can easily get to some wells now. And we're going to Ogre Dance, and unfortunately that Ogre Dance reduces the Imperial Guard's cost to 0. We wanted it to be either Magnus or the King's Guard. That's what we were waiting for, that trigger, unfortunately. But we'll put that there. We'll move the Herald around the board, I believe. We're going to try and get him back in front of us, I believe. Yes, we did. And we'll end our turn there because that is what we're looking for. The Stormforge, again, is pumping up that Queen's Assassin. Remember, the Queen's Assassin has Death Touch. It's a very scary card. The long-haired yak, there he is. The next creature you draw against attack equal to this creature's. So obviously, I don't think he's played another creature other than the Wood Elemental, but it's 3/1 at the moment. Or it's the last word. So the Oakling there, he's playing, which is a very good card, by the way. He trades with the Guardsman, but the Oakling, last words, give a random green creature in your hand +5/+5. So that's kind of, unfortunate. But it also pumps up something in your hand, which is really, really good. So he's got 3 Faeria. And that's it. Cool. So we draw a Bursting Hippo. I love Bursting Hippos. I think they're a great card. We're going to play a mountain here. We're going to put it in his Faeria well. We just pass our turn. So obviously we need to get some answers out on the board because we've only got 3 Faeria and we've got no one on the wells. So it can get quite hairy right now because he is at 8 Faeria, guys. So it can get out of hand quite quickly. And there is a Wild Avenger with Taunt. That is a very scary card. It has dash 2, so that means it can move 2 spaces. And it gets plus, I think it's +0, +1 for, you know, monsters that have been killed or something. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, for each time you've dealt damage this game. So yeah, you can keep that in your hand for a very long time and it can become very good. So he puts 2 prairies down there so he can dash and come hit me in the face, which is kind of scary. But that's not too bad for us. We're just worried about this Wild Avenger. So he passes the turn and we draw an Underground Boss, which is perfect for us because we need Faeria. We're kind of struggling right now for Faeria. But we're going to play a Bursting Hippo, which will get +1/+1 because obviously it has a combat trigger. And we're going to put it next to our enemy well, which is what we want to do. And then what we will do is we will gain a fairy from our wheel because we haven't really got much Faeria yet to have. So what was I thinking here? So we've got the Herald of War and we just end it there. So obviously we've got some issues on the board at this precise moment in time. We've got a 6/6 big boy, which I'm very happy with. Okay, so he moves the Avenger over, or should we say whatever that beast was, over to our well. So he's constantly gaining Faeria. So he's got 8 Faeria in his bank right now. We're debating which ones we want to play because there's some really good cards we've got. I would probably suggest playing the Underground Boss, probably. But yeah, he builds a forest in front of him for his turn on the wheel, and he will play a Queen's Favourite. Okay, so that comes out with protection on him, so that's kind of unfortunate. It's a 5/3, so that's not too shabby, but our Bursting Hippo has an amazing ability. Whenever it attacks, it does 2 damage to all adjacent enemies. So that's including our lovely boss. So what we've got there is a Wood Elemental coming down again. So it's putting some more pressure onto us with Taunt. So we draw a Queen's Guard for our turn. So what can we do here? So the Herald can only attack the Wood Elemental, so we do that. So our next creature will get +1/+1. We'll then move over the Bursting Hippo to attack our opponent. And as you can see on the screen there, he does 2 damage to everything, so that guard will lose his protective bubble, which is great. And then we'll put another Herald on the board, I believe, next to the enemy well, I think, if I can remember correctly. If we did that, yes, we did. So there we go, and that goes to 5/5. So we're looking pretty good, and we gain another Faeria because that's what we chose on our wheel for this turn, and we pass it to our opponent. So our opponent, as you can see, it's got 6 Faeria. His, wow, Queen's Assassin is just getting pumped up to 4 1s, and now is eventually coming into the fray, should we say. But he plays Ruin's Guidance, which gives a target creature +2/+2. But as you can see, he trades with his guard. But again, because it was a combat trigger, we do 2 damage to all enemies, which I was very happy about. He draws a card for his turn. And as you can see, that beast is also getting powered up, depending on how many times enemies get attacked or dealt damage this turn. And then he trades. He gets rid of my Herald. So we've got a +1/+1 counter coming in, I think, to be quite honest. So moving in, we have Hellfire, guys. And that is very tempting because there's a lot of things on the board. I believe what I do is I +1 here, and I do think I move up and hit him for 5, and then because I want to, I'll Hellfire him and see what we can get. So let's see how this turns out, shall we? Because board wipes are always good. So as you can see, all the Hellfire goes to him, and that is game number 1 in the books with our King and Queen deck. Absolutely a ton of fun to play. Obviously, the audio for the rest of the episodes didn't get corrupt, so you're okay. So I don't have to improvise. So without further ado, let's get straight into game number 2. Okay, guys. Game 2 with the King and Queen deck. We're going to try it out again. We got a win in our first game, so let's see how we get on with game 2. We're changing it up a little bit on this episode. We're only going to do 5 games because we've got a little bit of a fun ending for this episode with a pack opening, or should we say box opening or crate opening for what you win. And we got some things very exciting to show you guys. So, well met. Okay, so we're starting with the Herald, we're starting with Magda and the Ogre Dance. So, you know what? I'm going to keep this starting hand because that's pretty good. And we're going second, so we get the Explore. So that helps us out with ramping a little bit. Okay. Right. I'm going to be a gentleman. Thank you. The game froze a little bit there. And say greetings to my opponent. Let's see if he does the following. So, we're just going to keep it simple because we're on a bit of a time limit. We'll play the Explorer to get a little bit more Faeria, and we'll play one mountain. So, he's playing green, and we're doing Storyteller helps us out because that allows us to draw 2 cards. We get a Court Jester. Oh, that changes things up a tiny bit for us, but what we can do is we do this, and we'll do the Court Jester.
Why so serious?
So when the Court Jester gets played, guys, why so serious? Give a random creature in your hand +2/+2. The Queen's Guard just got a bit of a boost. I wanted it to be the Herald, but hey, it's all good in the hood. Our opponent helped us out with that Storyteller, because obviously Storyteller says each player draws 2 cards and gains 2 life. So, card advantage is fine, but yeah, how about your opponent? But we're in a good place right now. We're looking very, very strong. So, he's going to the well. I think next turn we're going to have a bit of a turn, boys. Okay, we get Magnus as well. Right, okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to play a mountain first. We're going to move our Court Jester up a little bit. What we're going to do is put our Herald here. Or Herald. So, next combat, give the next combat creature you summon +1/+1. We're going to do Ogre Dance. And that Queen's Guard is literally a 0/0. We're living the dream. We're going to play it. And that's the pumped up Queen's Guard as well, so I'm very happy with that. So, end turn there. And we're going to go on the offensive. We're going to get this Court Jester over here between these wells. The Queen's Guard is going to go for a bit of a travel, shall we say. But I really want this Herald to do work for us as well. So we're in a good position at the moment. Let's see what our opponent does. Nothing. Okay. Just going to move everyone up. And we're going to leave it there. Because we've got enough Faeria. He's got 11, so I'm curious what he might be playing. So, let's see what's going down in Chinatown. What's he going to do? Okay. So he's connecting. Vine Wall. That helps out our Herald a ton. And then, what else is he going to play? Oakfather. Oh, is it another ramp?
Tiny.
It's a 6/9. Okay. Okay. Balloonfish. That swallows that. Ah, okay. So if I have to kill that. So, what we need to do, first things first, we are going to we're building 2 lands, so we're going to get our Jester to move up. Grab a cheeky bit of Faeria. we are then going to put our Imperial Outpost here, which is very good. I feel like we need to hit the Herald in the wall. So now the next person is going to get a +1/+1, and I feel like that should be our big boy. We're going to drop the King Magnus right here, right now. Oh, a 6/9, that is very tasty. He has got charge -2, so we might have to just take this one and get Faeria. So yeah, that's fine with me. 6/6, I'm alright with that. He has to hit one of us. So we'll leave it there. I think that's really good. We're in real strong position because we do have Magnus on the board. So we'll get some card draw and hopefully some cards for free. So let's see how it goes. Okay. What is this guy got? So the Court Jester's gone. Okay. Storyteller moves back. Thought so. Forest. So who's going to punch Magnus? An ancient ball. Okay. Okay, hold the line helps us here, and so does the Queen's Guard. So what I want to do first, probably Magnus. Gift of Steel, lovely. Gift of Steel gives this person 3/3. The Queen's Guard is going to be a 9/9. Perfect. That will deal with that person there. So what we'll do is we'll move her in a more aggressive position and take out the Oak Father. There we go. Solid. What we will then do is we can move up the board with... no, we'll hold the line. I think that's better. And then what we can do is we'll have one there, and we'll go one there. And the Herald can go walking up the board, and we're in very good position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another card and see what we get. Hellfire, that's going to help us clear the board a little bit, because next turn, if we get enough, if we can kill that Storyteller, we're going to try and do 9 damage to our opponent's face. So let's see how it goes. If you're enjoying the episode so far, guys, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. This is a very fun deck. It took a lot of tweaking, to be honest, when I first built this, because I wanted to have a unique outlay on what it does. Because I wanted to roll around combat, I wanted to use the King and the Queen. I wanted to do a little bit of everything with this deck. Okay, we're going to get +1/+1. That helps us out a ton. Thank you so much, mate. And that's it. He doesn't even want to finish the game, guys. Game 2 in the books. We get a victory. 2-0 right now. Living the dream. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave it there, and we're going to get straight into game number 3. Hello, guys, and welcome back. This is game 3. With our King and Queen's deck. Hopefully we get another victory. We're 2-0 right now. It's looking pretty good. Our last opponent didn't want to finish. So, fingers crossed we can get a win in this game. So, first things first, we've got Magda, an Imperial Outpost, and we have a Court Jester. I feel like we should just keep all of these cards, because that's fantastic. What we're going to do, we're going to go first. We are going first. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of ramp going. What we're going to do is put 2 lands down. I'm going to put a Court Jester over there.
Why so serious?
Why so serious? And going to give Magda a cheeky, lovely +2/+2. So I can't argue with that. So she now becomes a 2/5. And what I'm going to say to my opponent, because I'm nice now, is greetings. Let's see if he says greetings back. He's going to use an Explore to go to 5. Okay, he's not going to buy anything else. Okay, so we're still okay right now. So we're just going to get some of our, not our ramp going, but we are going to play that. So next turn we're going to play a mountain. Fingers crossed. 1, 2, 3. Might even get Magda on the board, possibly. I don't know. Hello, we're going against Yellow Rush. Awesome. Love it. So that's a 6-3. So, you get just +1/+1, don't you? So, what we can do... Let's get you out on the board. We're gonna have to feed him a Queen's Guard here, guys, unfortunately. To keep us alive. And that's really sad, but it's okay. It's a Queen's Guard. Okay, so we're a little bit behind in this game, guys, because, yeah, that's unfortunate. So, we put a mountain over there. We've got 2 Gifts of Steels, which is fine, because we need to put a combat creature on so it gets +3/+3. So we're probably going to use the Imperial Outpost now. But our Court Jester is just chilling over there. So we've got plenty of things to do. So we're just going to end our turn and see what our opponent does. Okay. I thought for a brief second he was doing Yellow Rush. He might be, but it just looks quite interesting now with all the, shall we say, all the other cards he's got. So he's got a 5 Faeria now. He's killed our outpost. Another Court Jester. Feel like it's really unfortunate, but we need to draw a card. Do we get anything? We get Hold the Line. Hold the Line can help us, because we can play 1 in front of us. Now, a Gift of the Sun is basically gives it +3/+3, so we can survive. So that'll be 5. That will kill it. So we need to use, unfortunately, one of our Gifts of Steel on this Imperial guard there, and then we'll leave it there because the Court Jester will play next turn to just keep us alive for now. And see if he can pump up anything else. But we are very defensive right now because we haven't had a great start and rush in and loads of other fun stuff. So, what shenanigans is he going to run? Okay, we live on 5-1. I'm okay with that. Right, okay, so we are going to go Court Jester.
Why so
This Imperial Guard
serious?
now is a 4-5. I'm loving that. I'm liking that a lot. Right, let's go a little bit on the offensive, shall we? There we go. And then next turn, we can put 1 there and the Imperial Guard can go up there. We should be looking pretty tasty. I'm okay with this now. We're looking good. So I'm going to be rebellious and put that there. See, hopefully that hasn't bit us in the butt. Just because he is playing red, he is playing, you know, a little bit interesting. Okay, we got blue. He's got 13 Faeria. That's kind of scary because I'm curious, what has he got? A ruby fish. Okay. Half increases base attack. Wow. Okay, just kills our poor Imperial Guard. And a Tiki Healer? Okay. Right. We're setting up for next turn, so I've got to think. Imperial Guard there. Makes him a 5-5, so he is dealable. Okay. We've got to leave it there for our turn. Unfortunately. There we go. Okay, so that taunt is now going in front of him. That ruby fish is just going to go back and forth, back and forth. Or am I wrong? Just casually put that bad boy there. Right, okay. He's got combat, hasn't he? Yes, so... my debate here... we'll get rid of that. There we go. Underground boss up there. Gives us a little bit of a bonus. The Jester I'm kind of worried about. So, what we can do... let's move the Jester back just a little bit. Fingers crossed he doesn't do any shenanigans, but he's very aggressive right now. And we're a little bit defensive. Put some mountain up there. Wisdom, he's drawing cards, so he's either got nothing or he wants cards. But he's just moved his taunt away, so I'm worried. But I'm okay with that, so we're going to have a 6-8 in his face next turn. Yeah, we got a 6-8 in his face. Here we go. So. Have a 6-8. Have 6-8. Gives us 2. He didn't move in on us, so we'll gain that. Hold the line for 1. That gives us 2 additional, and then an Imperial Guard can go here. There we go, to go 3-3, and we'll draw a card for our next turn, which is Time of Legends. Nice. Hopefully we can get Magnus, because I think it's only Magda and Magnus we run, so we can try and get Magnus on the board as quickly as possible. But that 6 in his face is probably going to scare him. That Court Jester's probably dead. That's fine. He's got 8, so what is he planning on figuring? Okay. Air Elemental, okay. Okay, so what we're going to do this turn is Time of Legends. It's probably what we're going to have to use because we haven't got the Faeria yet. So Time of Legends gives us... oh yeah, Faeria, we got Shara. I completely forgot about that. So here we go, guys. We're setting up for next turn in a way. So there we go. 6 in the face. For 3 I can't do anything, so I'm debating Faeria because I don't think I'm going to get any next turn, possibly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back 1, be a little bit defensive. That guy's going to come in and murder him. And then that guy's probably either going to... has to take him out. So what we can do is get to him first. So he has to do that. That guy can come over and block this person. We're good. We're okay. We're in a strong position because hopefully next turn the Queen's Guard there can drop out in front of us, and the Queen's Guard will be a solid addition. Because Shara, the Dragon Slayer, she ignores all damage equal to 4 or more, so she can become an absolute monster. There's the trade. I think it's worth it, guys, because he has to hit 3, 6, it'll be 4. Yeah. And it's what? What's the beast's thing again? After the creature is dealt, double its attack. Okay, so what we can do is we'll go a little bit on the aggressive, not on the aggressive, but we'll play a Queen's Guard here. So 4. We'll look for Faeria again. 6. He will. There's 4. Ogre Dance. Here we go. She is free as a bird. That is our defender. We might have just won this, guys. So, we're going to put her there.
Welcome to your last battlefield.
Welcome to your last battlefield, indeed. So, we've got the Dragon Slayer, we've got the Queen's Guard, and we've got the Imperial Guard there. And I'll tell you what, our underground boss up there is doing work for us. I think we might have just got this in the bag, depending on what his turn is. So let's see what he's got planned. Gift of Steel, yeah. Okay. That gives us Faeria. Queen's Guard has done her job. Okay, the Imperial Guard leaves. He grabs more Faeria. 3. He needs an answer. A Tiki. Why did he summon it there and leave it open? That makes no sense. And then quits. Well, guys, I ain't complaining. But 3-0? So far, so good. Huge misplay by our opponent. But anyway, let's get straight into Game 4, shall we? Okay, guys, we are back for Game 4 of this episode. That's right, we've got this game and another game to come, and then that'll be the end of the episode almost, because we've got something a little bit special at the end of this episode. So, without further ado, we have an underground boss, we have an Imperial outpost, and another underground boss. We're keeping both of the whole hand because that's ridiculous. So, with that being said, if you're enjoying the episode, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. And with that, we will just draw 2 normal lands. We're not going to play our Imperial outpost. And that will be it. That will be our first turn done. So next turn we'll Mountain, Underground Boss, and then the following turn, Mountain, Underground Boss, depending on what our opponent's doing, which is a Faeria tree. Okay, he's getting some ramp going there, guys. That's kind of scary. So what we can do is we will... Let's go a little bit aggressive, shall we? And leave it there. We're going to go aggressive because I don't know what our opponent's thinking, but that's scary. The Faeria tree is a ton of fun to play because when it gets to 5, it gets destroyed, and then your opponent gains 10 mana. We can't have that. So obviously he knows I'm coming for his face next turn. So what's he going to do? Forest and that, really? Okay. Five additional health. Well, we can 6 and then Imperial Outpost takes it to 4, so we're okay with that. If he attacks that, we also draw a card, so I'm okay with that. So what I need to do next turn is kill. I think, yeah, he's got enough creatures there to stop it, so we're okay with that. He's left a path open though for some absolute shenanigans out front. Oh no, he hasn't. He's done a good job of covering up there. Okay, so what we can do is start building our board a little bit here. So 3. So what we can do, we can draw. Oh, it's a Taunter. So we will do another Imperial Outpost. Takes it to 5. We'll attack, draw cards. Ogre Dance. I like that a lot. Okay, and then that'll be the end of our turn. Trade? Gift of Steel, I like that a lot. We could possibly get some shenanigans up and running next turn, which I'm all about. 6, I'm loving that. Right, we're gonna put a... I've got no, like, aggressive things, unfortunately, so what we're gonna do is Underground Boss there, and that will be the end of our turn. so it's not too bad. If you're enjoying the episode, guys, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. He's getting 10 Faeria. This is kind of scary. He's now at 18. So, what big monstrosities has he got in his hand? Okay. Can live with that. Because we can kill it next turn. I'm fine with that. A TP is, unless it gives him +4. Okay, now we can't kill that. Okay, so what we can do is right. So we've got to figure this out. This is a tricky turn. Ogre Dance for a possible free play maybe is what we need to do, so we'll Fairy up for 1. Actually, we'll Herald. And we will keep it there for now. But I'm okay with that. Because he's got a bit of a wall going. He's got 18 Faeria. It's a bit of an issue. But if they move forward, yeah, keep them coming. He's going to get exchanged in a second. There we go, there's a big boy. $410 gives us 2 Faeria. That's what I wanted. Okay, so Ogre Dance. And we get Gift of Steel for that much. Okay. So, not what I wanted to see, but he's gonna come and get traded, which is annoying. So we've got to keep him alive. So that steel, unfortunately, is gonna have to go on him. Come on then. Let's go. 7-7. We need someone to go there. Unfortunately, we haven't had the opportunity because of that annoying, all these baby tiki things. Just make everything a lot better. I went the route of combat for fun shenanigans. I could have done tiki, but yeah, it just seemed a bit more of a hassle more than anything. Right, what is he going to do? That's the biggest question. What is he going to do? Okay, so we're going to get +1/+1 to our combat people. Maybe, if we can, we have to get a King's Guard out. Vines to go there. Okay. Okay, we do have a lifeline now. Because we can put 1 there. King's Guard. He's a big boy. We don't want to trade, but we can't move away because of the taunt. So that's it. This big boy King's Guard is probably going to get hurt this turn, but let's see how it goes. He's got 14 Faeria, guys. This is the problem when you have the Faeria tree. Like at the beginning of the game, if you have that in your starting hand and playing green, it's so good. It's ridiculously strong. So, yeah, we're up against it a little bit here. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was pretty fun just because in a green deck I've recently been playing, the Faeria trees are phenomenal. You might be seeing that in an upcoming episode, maybe. But we're up against it in this one. It's a bit of a grind sesh. I know the first game was a bit of a grind sesh as well, so it's quite interesting to see how it goes, because obviously he's got 19 and he's just going to keep getting pretty much 5 each turn, so right, we want card draw. That's what we really want. Come on, trade. You know you want to. Trade. 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 What's he thinking? I'll take a card draw. Seems really strong. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that. I am... And then he dies to that. But I'll take much card draw. Oh my god. He just cleared the board for me. But I'm gladly take that. Not gonna have a lot of Faeria this turn. But we need a court jester.
Why so serious?
Magnus gets pumped, which is great. We're gonna draw some Faeria. Okay, so he's in a much more stronger position now, guys, because he just board wiped us. But it's kind of frustrating because he's got some big boys. It's not a problem. We just have to have a turn where we just wait. If he just got Runin with a 6/6, no, oh god, Runin's on the board. The Huntress is here. So, one's got a random... Aha! We really need some... we need a lifeline here. We're one Faeria away from helping clear the board a little bit. But we are going to get hurt this game. I think we're up against it on this one, guys. Gonna have to +1. 3. We'll live. We'll get 2. 4. We live. You get 2. Oh, I'm trying to think. 2, 3, 4. Nah, we won't get enough. I need to wait a turn, guys. This is unfortunate. We've probably lost this one, guys. We probably lost that one because instead of me building up my forces and being patient, I went very aggressive at the beginning and went 3. Time of Legends is played. Here we go. He's got 12 Faeria. Who's he going to drop? Systematically taking me out now. Is he running Tattoon? That's the crazy, or whatever his name is, the big boy. Okay, we're going to have to board wipe here, boys. Even though we can bring in some nice things to help us, we're going to have to board wipe a little bit here with a Hellfire. Okay, we did take 2 things off the board. I wanted these 2 to die. Like, they were on 1 each and my Hellfire didn't connect with them. That's unfortunate. Right, there we go. We're probably going to get 8 to the face here, boys. This is not going to be well. I don't think I've got this game. 18. He's got a legend in hand. We're not looking good in this game, so it's probably game, set, match here. Okay. Oh. Well. Yeah. This is Murder, She Wrote. Okay. So, +1. Queen Guard. If it goes there, that guy's going to kill it. If not, that goes there. We're fine. If I put it there... It's a Faeria well. So we're living the dream. We're okay. We're going to see if we can win, but I doubt it now, guys. Oh, God. Yeah, this is game. That's an ending piece right there. That is an ending piece right there. Dear God, a God Hunter. Right. Right, if I do this correctly. Get one. And then another one, I can get a King's Guard. But it can jump too, and it will still do it. So I need to put him there. Okay, so I need a Faeria. I'm hanging on now, boys. This is literally what it's become. So he can't come for me. He can't Faeris Terrier, but he does hunt gods, so he has to kill that somehow. Boom, boom. No, we'll live for one more turn. Possibly, unless he's got like something incredible that just makes him win immediately now, you know. Gain 7 life. Right, so that we knew that was going to happen.
Nature never dies.
Well. I'm pretty positive this is game. I'm just going to say well played to the guy, because... Well played, because you have played extremely well. Thank you. We'll play Ogre Dance to see what we get cheap. Of course it's the Court Jester. Let's just mockingly put it there.
Why so serious?
Can't do anything because we need that thing to live. Can the God Hunter only attack gods? Yeah, it can only attack gods, so... And then jumps over and murders us. That's a great idea that that guy has there. It's a very good deck. Okay. So we lose that one, guys. So we're currently 3-1. So we've got one more game to go, and then we've got a fun, kind of unboxing little bit to the end of this episode, which is going to be a ton of fun. So let's get into Game 5. Okay, guys, it's Game 5. This is the final episode, or should we say the final game of this episode. If you've enjoyed the episode so far, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. So far, we are 3-1 with our King and Queen build, which I'm looking forward to. So we'll see how it goes. Am I madman? We're going to keep it. We're going to keep the hand. I'm crazy. But we can Hellfire very quickly. I'm alright with that. If we can get 9 to his face immediately, that helps us out a ton. Oh, he's played... Oh, is he playing Yaks? Okay, where are we? Come on. Wait, there we go. Thank you. He might be playing Yaks, boys. Okay. Emerald Yak? No, he isn't. Or is he? Another roaming yak. Okay. Might be a bit early for it, guys. But let's take as much damage as possible to face. I think the 7 to the face this early is way too strong. So, yeah. It's very, very strong. If he is running Yaks, I'm okay with that. Because we're going to get some heralds on the board. Is that going to be the desert one? No, it's just another Faeria Yak. Okay.
so
Nice.
serious?
So, the court jester gave this herald +2/+2. So next turn, yeah, we're going to have a bit of a beef boy over here. So it's nice. We're going to hopefully, unless he goes bum bum, if he puts 2 land there, we're in trouble. But no, he's just going to go back and forth. I knew he would. So he's got 8 Faeria. There we go. What's he going to do? Right. He is playing a yak deck. So, probably the second time we've ever seen a yak on this channel at the moment, guys. What is he putting there? It depends what he's going to put down, boys, because we might have to play our King's Guard here. Nah. Really? You have to play our 6/6 because we need to clear the board a little bit. Although now we've got some issues because we've got a load of yaks in our face. We're going to have a yak in our face now the whole time. Okay. Okay. See what he does. We're going to just keep on combating with these guys. I know we've only taken 6, but it can get... If this is yak attack, we're in trouble right here. Ruby yak, there it is. There's one issue. Oh my god, this is just getting out of hand. This is why... I forget who was it. I think it was one of my friends said that yaks can be extremely powerful. I feel like I might have lost this game already. We're going to play an underground boss here. I know, but the next guy we're going to summon is a 2/2. So I'm pretty positive we've lost this guy. So we're at 8, he's at 13, but he's in a very stronger place right now. We need our cheap guys to come out. Emerald? Yeah, yeah, there it is. With a 1/1 taunt as well. There it is. I misplayed there, but it keeps us alive for 1 turn. We're taking 4 next turn no matter what, so... This is 5. Yeah, I was right. 5/7. That's going to kill that yak. So we've got that sorted. And then we're going to kill the emerald with the other underguard guy. So next turn, 3, 4. We should have 8 fairies, so we could get a King's Guard. Unless he's going to put something there to stop it. Okay. And that's game. He's giving me 4 life. Oh, he's doing it out of pity. He's done it out of pity, boys. He's done this out of pity. If only we have had you earlier, it would have been amazing. Bursting Hippo. Oh, we might be able to play it now. No, he hasn't got taunt. You need to kill him. I need Faeria for next turn. We might get away with this, guys. We might hold on to the skin of our teeth here. No, we won't. They won't. He can't do it. He can't do it because... Yeah. Draw a card. Draw a card. This has come out clutch right now. I thought we were dead. We might have just got this back, boys. Right, I'm trying to think. That'll be 3, and then that'll be 5. We might be okay. 3. Hold the line. Another Faeria for next turn. Jeez Louise, have we held on just? Because if we can get this guy out on the board, does 2 damage to all adjacent enemies, Yaks will die immediately. But there's a Sapphire, that is a Sapphire Yak, okay. How do I do this? He draws a card. That's how it works. Hold the line. Perfect. Okay, I need to get bodies out on the board now. The wall is here! The King's Guard is here! Holy cow! I haven't really talked to this game a lot, guys, so I apologise, but there is a load going on right now, and I'm scared. So, if we can, the dream play is we ogre dance into Magnus, we are living the dream. That's what we're praying for. That's what we're praying for right now. Or we get that neutral card. There it is. That's going to help us out even more. Oh, no. We haven't got enough... I think maybe we need to go on the advantage because we've got a lot of people. So Ogre Dance, come on, Magnus! You're kidding. You're kidding right now. There we go. We're setting up for next turn. Because if he goes and grabs that, we're going to murder him. And get 2 Faeria. And then we're going to have a very aggressive big boy up front, which will be Magnus. There it is. Okay, so that's going to be a 2. Yeah, that gives us 2. That's what we wanted. We wanted that trade. We wanted that trade, funny enough to say that out loud. That's an issue. Liar. Mm-hmm. I've only got 2 life. So we need to kill that yak. It's only when friendly yaks die, so we can kill her. Right. I'm in such an awkward position right here. I've got to leave it there, I think, boys. I'm worried, though. Oh my god, that almost killed us. That almost killed us right there, that interaction, guys. I'm dead no matter what, I think, now, boys. And get rid of a ruby yak. I win next turn unless he can win. This is so intense, guys. I'm not really talking and I apologize, but holy cack on a crapple. He has to kill that thing. If he doesn't kill that thing, I am gonna see. There we go. Oh, we got more health. Kill that. I get more health. If he can't deal with that 8-8, he's got to figure it out. He has to trade. Yeah. And it can. Oh, he's on 1! He's on 1 health! Holy shnikes. This is closer than I thought. This is way closer than I thought. Oh, that's game ending. Wow. Mother of Yaks, he's dropping every single yak. Wow. Well played. I'm not even arguing. That was hell close compared to what it was. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh. Wow. Okay. Savage. Oh. I left him on 1. That is incredible. Oh, I've got to say well played again. That's incredible. I thought I had him, but then the mother of Yaks came out. Oh, that's a game-ending piece. Or card, should we say. Well, there it is, guys. And he gains health because of that statue. The mother will kill me. Wow, what a game. I can't even be angry with that loss. That was so much fun. And that's why Yaks are incredibly powerful, guys, right there. So, what we've got is some chest openings, guys. And our first actual chest we get is an absolute barn burner because we get 2 legendaries in this. So let's pull it to a side. We got Aya, Soul of Gaigana. I'm really terrible with names. You should know this by now. It is a flying creature. It has a gift, which is add a treasure map to the top of your deck. And then last words, return Aya to your hand. So it can't die, which is rather tasty. And it's a 4/2 creature, and it basically needs 2 sands and 4 fairy to play. And then the Compass of Guyana is a 1-cost Faeria card. It's lap in your deck and place it on top. If your deck has no treasure maps, shuffle there. I really like it. It's a really fun idea. Maybe that might be a deck in the future, guys, that we mess around with. Right, moving on to the next pack, guys. Again, Elemental, Thrower, Firestorm. Nothing amazing, unfortunately. The next one, there's a legendary creature of Radiance. And oh my days, okay. Let's go check these guys out. So, we've got Radiance Imperial Airship. Right, this is a 20 Faeria cost, should we say, card, guys. It is a 10/10. It is flying. It's got -3. And Radiance Faeria cost equals your life. And then gift, gain 1 health for each card in your hand. So, depending on your life is how quickly that will deteriorate, I believe. That's how it's read. He's a very good card. I might have to put that in a deck in the not too distant future. That's really cool to have. And then our next card we got is Maginator, if that's how you pronounce it. Spirit of Everlife. It is a 10-cost Faeria card with 2 forests needed and 3 just multicolored lands. You can run whatever with it. It has protection, it has divine, and it has a gift. A friendly creature swallows this and gives it +5/+5 flying and charge 2. So it gets swallowed by a creature, and then I believe when that creature dies, it will far out this being again. So that's pretty awesome. I'm really happy we've got another bunch of legends, as we've got to go through all of these chests basically at the end of this episode. So our next chest, let's have a look. We got a Sunken Tower, Goddess, Victory Celebration. Nothing special with that chest. Here we go. Okay, Ignis, Swordfish. All right, okay. Nothing special with that one either. But our final one, should we say, oh baby, Turum, the Forest World. I really like it, but there is another character as well in Bannon. Okay, let's go check out these cards. Right, so guys, Turum is the forest world. This is so good, this card. I've wanted this card ever since I saw it being played against me. It's 15 fairy. You require 4 forests to play it. And then it has taunt, and then its last words is fill the world with forests. So as you know, the board is a world. So if there's loads of spaces, when this guy dies, bam, you get forests galore, and that counts towards your mana pool, or should we say to your land costs, which is incredible. So you could then summon tons of creatures all over the board, which is phenomenal. He's amazing. He's a 7/15, guys. Holy cow. And then we've got Bannon, Captain of the Radiant. So obviously we've pulled one of the Radiant ships this episode already in our previous chests, but now we've got Bannon, and he is a 4/5, and he's 7 Faeria, and he's got a gift. If you have no creature left in your deck, shuffle Radiant's Imperial Airship and 10 random neutral cards into your deck. They gain +2/+2. So obviously you want to bring this guy out towards the end of the game if you're going to play him, because hey, you lose the game if you've got no cards in your deck. But then if you play him on your final turn when you've got no cards, you then can just basically, hey, smiles all around. You get 10 additional cards. One of them being Radiance, which is a very, very powerful card. And then all of them get +2/+2. It's pretty darn strong. So yeah, guys, that was the chest opening. I'm not going to lie. And that is going to be the end of the episode for this week. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. I think the Kings and Queen idea worked quite well. I know there's other builds out there that involve green, that involve yellow. I'd like to try that out possibly in the not too distant future. But we've got a few other deck ideas before we can go back to the King and Queen of this fantastic game. So guys, we'll catch you next time on Friday for more Faeria Friday. But remember, leave a like, subscribe, tell me your thoughts, comment below, let me know. And yeah, hope you have a good rest of your day.